to the graduation of the University of Malawi. Firstly, distinguished guests, let me remind you of the graduates that are here. We've got graduates in white motorboards. These are nursing and midwifery from the Kamuzu College of Nursing, and those in gold are from the education faculty here at Chancellor College. Amandya bambo posachedwa pakhala procession ya Chancellor's designate imene President athu alowe mu holo muno. Ladies and gentlemen, the next procession shall be of the Chancellor designate, His Excellency the President.
Student here, thank you that enjoy sharing their achievements with family and friends. We pray that they would be able to see their achievements and knowledge to go out and bless Malawi and the world at large. We are grateful for their parents and guardians who have been very supportive of them throughout their studies. We are grateful, God, and hence pray for the teaching staff, support staff, and administration who have challenged and inspired them to learn, to love, and to serve. Lastly, we also pray for the university leadership, others in authority, and His Excellency, the State President, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, who will be inaugurated as Chancellor of the University of Malawi today, and thereafter he will preside over the congregation. Rule their hearts that they may continue doing justice, love, mercy, and walk in the ways of truth. Will you bless Malawi, O God, so that it continues to be a land of peace? In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Tamva pemphero ndithu.
Your Excellency, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera,
Mzaga.
President of the Republic of Malawi and Chancellor Designate of the University. This time is for the congregation choir. Thank you, Your Excellency.
A happy day to us all, a moment of joy. We are glad we've made this far by faith in God. Let us rejoice and be merry. A happy day to us all, a moment of joy. We are glad we've made this far by faith in God. Let us rejoice and be merry. Omba, dumba, ndichiwewe pamaso pamakolo, ndiya wenzi pasiku losowa, lonyadisa chimwemwe. Konda dumba ndichimwemwe pamaso pamakolo, ndiya wenzi pasiku losowa, lonyadisa kondwera onesa chimwemwe. Family and friends, let us rejoice as we share this moment. Let us be glad, kondwera onesa chimwemwe. Family and friends, let us rejoice as we share this moment. Let us be glad, kondwera onesa chimwemwe. Kondwa dumpa ndichimwemwe pamaso pamakolo, ndiya wenzi pasiku losowa, lonyadisa kondwera onesa chimwemwe. Kondwa dumpa ndichimwemwe pamaso pamakolo, ndiya wenzi pasiku losowa, lonyadisa kondwera onesa chimwemwe. La chimwemwe chatu lafika, tikondwela pogonjesa, talimbana nayo nkondoi. Chimwemwe chatu lafika, tikondwela pogonjesa, talimbana nayo nkondoi. Lelo
By virtue of the authority vested in my office, I declare the congregation of the University of Malawi duly constituted as a ceremony for the installation of the Chancellor and the award of certificates, diplomas, and degrees.
Your Excellency, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, President of the Republic of Malawi and Chancellor Designate of the University of Malawi, in terms of Section 13, subsection 1 and 2 of the University of Malawi Act, provide that there shall be a Chancellor of the University who shall be the head of university. The President shall be the Chancellor of the university. In Section 14, subsection 1, it reads, "The Chancellor, whenever present, shall preside at all ceremonial and other congregations of the university and shall, in the name of the university, confer all degrees, diplomas, and certificates of the university." I have therefore the honor to invite the acting Vice-Chancellor to deliver his oration on the significance of this auspicious occasion.
Your Excellency, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, President of the Republic of Malawi, Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Republic of Malawi, Madame Monica Chakwera, Her Honorable Agnes Nyalonje, Minister of Education, and other Cabinet and Deputy Ministers present, Professor Jack Wirima, Chairman of the Council of the University of Malawi, and all members of Council present, Your Lordship, the Chief Justice, Mr. Andrew Nyirenda, HC, Honorable Catherine Gotani Hara, MP, Speaker of the National Assembly, Chairpersons of Councils and Vice-Chancellors from other universities, Dr. Benedicto Wakwamata Malunga, the University Registrar, Mrs. Chikondano Musa, Secretary for Education, and other principal secretaries present, principals of colleges of the University of Malawi, professors, deans, directors, heads of department, and fellow members of staff of the University of Malawi. His Worship, Councillor Benson Bula, Mayor of Zomba, and your fellow councillors present, Mr. Charles Tombozi, Chief Executive Officer of Zomba City, Dr. Smart Gwedemula, District Commissioner, Zomba, Honorable Besta Awali, Member of Parliament for Zomba Central Constituency, and other parliamentarians from Zomba, the President and members of the University of Malawi Students' Union, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. On an important occasion like this, it is my privilege and honor to present to you the profile of His Excellency, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, President of the Republic of Malawi, who will shortly be installed as the 6th Chancellor of the University of Malawi. Let me start by giving you his family life background. Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, like many Malawians, had humble beginnings. He was born on the rural outskirts of Lilongwe on April 5, 1955, to Ernest Chakwera and Marlin Mwale, who were subsistence farmers. Their precious home in Mchinji was a typical rural home without electricity, running water, or privileges of any kind. Its poor surroundings exposed the children to sickness so regularly that 2 of Dr. Chakwera's brothers, born before him, died in their infancy there. This forced the parents to relocate to Malembo, a rural village outside Lilongwe, in search of a new beginning. That new beginning was marked by the arrival of a newborn whom they religiously named Lazarus, in order to express the young man's faith that he would defy the odds and live, just like the biblical character Lazarus, who was raised from the dead by Jesus Christ. Dr. Chakwera has a sister and a brother, and he married Monica in 1977, and together they have 4 children and 12 grandchildren. Let me now present to you, ladies and gentlemen, his academic career. Dr. Chakwera did his undergraduate studies at Chancellor College, where he graduated in 1977 with a Bachelor of Arts degree majoring in philosophy. In fact, there are a number of his academic contemporaries from Chancellor College who are today sharing this platform with him. This includes the acting Vice Chancellor of the University of Malawi. He later did an honors degree at the University of North Savenga in South Africa, and in 1991, he obtained a master's degree from the University of South Africa. He was awarded a doctoral degree by the Trinity International University in Deerfield, Illinois, US, in the year 2000. And in the year 2005, the Pan-Africa Theological Seminary awarded him a professorship. Having given his academic background, let me now proceed and profile his public and professional service. Dr. Chakwera has served in a number of roles at the level of executive leadership, both in Malawi and internationally. He was chairman of the Evangelical Association of Malawi from 1997 to 2014. He was board chairman for All Nations Theological Seminary from 2008 to 2013. He was a board member of the Global University in Springfield, Missouri from 1999 to 2005. He also served as board chairperson of the Pan-Africa Theological Seminary from 2004 to 2014. He was chairman of the Association of Pentecostal Theological Education in Africa from 2011 to 2014. He was president of Africa Assemblies of God Alliance from 2004 to 2013. He was the secretary of World Assemblies of God Fellowship from 2005 to 2017. Dr. Chakwera also served as chairman of Malawi's Petroleum Control Commission and chairman of the Malawi National Council of Sports. Let me now turn to his political career. Dr. Lazarus Chakwera is the current president of Malawi. He was sworn into office on June 28, 2020 at Malawi Square at Bingu International Convention Center in Lilongwe. Dr. Chakwera, who had served as the president of the Malawi Assemblies of God since 1989, resigned from that position on 14th May 2013 in order to join frontline politics, where he contested in 2014 general elections as a presidential candidate and also as a member of parliament for the Malawi Congress Party. Although the presidential election results did not go in his favor and were highly controversial, he accepted them and went on to serve as a member of parliament and also as the leader of opposition in the National Assembly from 2014 to February 2019, when he submitted his nomination papers to the Electoral Commission for the second time to run for president of Malawi in the May 21, 2019 elections. Together with Dr. Saulos Chilima, now state vice president, he challenged the results of these elections on the grounds that they were marred with irregularities. After a 6-month constitutional court hearing and later the Supreme Court of Appeal hearing, fresh presidential elections were ordered. These were heard on the 23rd of June in 2020, and Dr. Chakwera and his running mate, Dr. Chilima, led a Tonse Alliance 9-party coalition in the elections. He emerged as a winner by getting 58.57% of the votes. Hence, he was sworn in as the 6th president of the Republic of Malawi on 28th June 2020. His presidential leadership has been premised on the following super high 5 principles. 1, servant leadership. 2, uniting Malawi. 3, prospering together. 4, ending corruption. And finally, rule of law. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is therefore my great pleasure and honor to call upon Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Malawi, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, to take office as Chancellor of the University. Your Excellency, sir.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is with great pleasure that I would like to read out a few congratulatory messages from some institutions and organizations on your installation as Chancellor of the University of Malawi. The institutions and organizations are as follows. The Council Chairperson, Dr. Bernard Zingano, all Council members, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Adres Malata, Executive Management, staff and students of the Malawi University of Science and Technology, MUST, would like to congratulate His Excellency the State President, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, on his installation as Chancellor of the University of Malawi, MUST, where excellence reigns. The Chairperson, Professor Zachary Kasomekera, the Vice Chancellor, Professor George Kanyama Piri, Council members, management and staff, and students of the Lilongwe University of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Luana, would like to congratulate His Excellency, the State President of the Republic of Malawi, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, on his installation as Chancellor of the University of Malawi. The Chancellor and Chairperson of the University Council, Pastor Flaxon Guyama, the University Council, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Sharon Pittman, management and staff of Malawi Adventist University, joined the academic fraternity in congratulating His Excellency, the State President, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, on his installation as Chancellor of the University of Malawi. The Chancellor, Reverend Dr. Andrew Dube, Council Chairperson of the Malawi Assemblies of God University, Dr. Ted Nakuma, all Council members, Senate, academic and administrative staff, and students congratulate His Excellency, Reverend Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, President of the Republic of Malawi, on his installation as the 6th Chancellor of the University of Malawi. The Vice Chancellor, Professor Suba Rao Pulapa of the Millennium University, would like to send his heartfelt and warmest congratulations to His Excellency on his significant installation as the Chancellor of the University of Malawi. The Chancellor, Council Chairperson, Vice Chancellor, management and staff of Pentecostal Life University congratulate His Excellency Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, State President of the Republic of Malawi, on the occasion of his installation as Chancellor of the University of Malawi. The Principal, Dr. Florida Banda Kumwembe, management, staff and students of Domasi College of Education congratulate His Excellency, Reverend Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, President of the Republic of Malawi, on his installation as the 6th Chancellor of the University of Malawi. The Chancellor, Council, management, and staff of the University of Livingstonia congratulate His Excellency, Reverend Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, President of the Republic of Malawi, on his installation as the 6th Chancellor of the University of Malawi. The Chancellor, Council, management, staff and students of Catholic University of Malawi congratulate His Excellency, Reverend Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, President of the Republic of Malawi, on his installation as the 6th Chancellor of the University of Malawi. The Chairperson of Mzuzu University Council and Council members, the Vice Chancellor, management, staff and students of Mzuzu University would like to convey their heartfelt congratulations to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Malawi, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, on his installation as Chancellor of the University of Malawi. Lastly, the Board Chairperson, Dr. Rhoda Bakua, Board of Directors, the Principal, management and staff of Malawi College of Accountancy congratulate His Excellency, Reverend Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, President of the Republic of Malawi, on his installation as the 6th Chancellor of the Republic of Malawi. Your Excellency, congratulations. Knowledge, light, wisdom, long live democracy, long live Malawi.
Good morning. Your Excellency, the State President of the Republic of Malawi and Chancellor of the University of Malawi, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera. Your Excellency, Madam Monica Chakwera, the First Lady of the Republic of Malawi, Honorable Agnes Nyalonje, Minister of Education, and other Deputy Ministers present, Honorable Catherine Gotani-Hara, MP, Speaker of the National Assembly, all protocol observed. On behalf of all the members of the University of Malawi Unima Council, I feel honored and humbled to welcome you, Mr. Chancellor, to this function. Mordecai Msisia, our Senior Counsel, and Dr. George Partridge and myself are most grateful to you, our Chancellor, for entrusting us with the affairs of the country's oldest university. We pledge that we will do our best to enhance the performance of the university. It is our national duty. Chancellor, we are gathered in this iconic hall this morning to witness your installation as Chancellor, as we just seen, of the University of Malawi, and witness your first assignment of awarding degrees in that capacity. As you award the degrees, we see again the raison d'etre for the University of Malawi, that is, developing the much-needed human capital for the socio-economic development of our nation and those beyond our borders, as well as creating new knowledge for enhanced delivery of service. Chancellor, ladies and gentlemen, convocations are always very special and memorable occasions, and this one stands out. History will remember this convocation for many reasons. In the midst of the pandemic, public health disease prevention measures were adhered to, face masks were used, social distancing was overdone, hands were over-sanitized. It will also be recorded that our famous Kenyatta drum sounded the least times in relation to the number of graduates. History will also record that a law-abiding chancellor was installed, awaiting laws to be amended so that he could leave the chancellor's seat for someone else. Chancellor, allow me to address various stakeholders today, and I'll begin with your government. We thank your government very much for continued support, financial support, to help us to function as a university amid intense pressure on the national budget. This is very much appreciated. The next group of stakeholders are, of course, the parents, guardians, and spouses of the graduates. And wherever you are out there in the marquee, this is part of the social distancing, we put them in the marquee. Council must commend you for your support for your wards. We know very well that without this support, most of the graduates may not have made it this far. So thank you very, very much. Let us acknowledge the support of institutions and organizations, too many to mention individually, for providing scholarships to some of our needed students. Interestingly, female students are adequately targeted and are key beneficiaries. We call on others to emulate such good gestures. Council acknowledges and salutes the dedicated and committed team of academic, administrative, and support staff in the university. You played your part and did the best you could in your various roles, and the results are here for all of us to see. Finally, the graduates. This is your day. Council congratulates each one of you on your achievements. We are sure you enjoyed your university college life and that you will live to cherish the memories from here. Nurture the friendships that you have made here, bearing in mind that interdependence is a better value than independence. That's a loaded statement, but think about it later on. A few words on the expectations of society as you join the pool of willing and honest taxpayers. Please reflect on the words of James Allen, open quote, "The law of harvest is to reap more than you sow. Sow an act and you reap a habit. Sow a habit and you reap a character. Sow a character and you reap a destiny." Therefore, please remember all the 6 core values of Unima, including professionalism and integrity. As you go out, make Malawi truly the warm heart of Africa. You have a duty to restore our national reputation as hardworking and honest citizens. You are tomorrow's employers and workforce. To this end, reflect on the following words of wisdom by Leonardo da Vinci many centuries ago, open quote, "The depth and strength of a human character are defined by its moral reserves. People reveal themselves completely only when they are thrown out of the customary conditions of their life, for only then do they have to fall back on their reserves," close quote. And you are tomorrow's leaders. As you can see, most of us are moving on, so we're leaving the stage for you. To this end, reflect on the words of wisdom by one Israel Moore Ivor in his Leader's Ladder, open quote, "A leader who sows confidence will reap excellency and legacy." I'll repeat that. A leader who sows confidence will reap excellency and legacy. A leader who sows fear will reap stagnancy and complacency. We encourage you, as Council, we encourage you to come back and pursue the various postgrad courses on offer in Unima while you're still young. New knowledge is coming out at neck-breaking speed these days, and in order for you to keep current, you have to keep learning. Keep rededicating yourselves and keep reinventing yourselves. Otherwise, that degree will become obsolete in no time. Please remember that as members of the alumni community, which you will be very soon, you are life ambassadors of Unima. Market and support Unima in every way you can. Join the alumni who have provided great support to this institution. Chancellor, I would like to close my remarks by thanking the senior leadership of Unima and its colleges for this high-level academic function, and the University Registrar and his team for a very well-organized and colorful convocation. I thank you all for your attention. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, the State President of the Republic of Malawi and Chancellor of the University of Malawi, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera. Your Excellency, Madame Monica Chakwera, the First Lady of the Republic of Malawi, Honorable Agnes Nyalonje, Minister of Education, and other cabinet and deputy ministers present. All protocols observed. It is a great pleasure and an honor for me, Your Excellency and Chancellor, to stand here and make a few remarks on this great occasion where we have just witnessed Your Excellency's installation as the Chancellor of the University of Malawi, and where you will soon be presiding over the ceremony for the award of certificates, diplomas, and degrees to 461 graduates who have satisfied the University of Malawi Senate that they've met the requirements for these awards. Although the University Registrar and I were the first to congratulate you on your being installed as our Chancellor, Your Excellency, allow me to formally record and express my congratulations in these remarks. As a university, we have absolutely no doubt whatsoever that under your leadership, the institution will soar to greater heights as we pursue our hitherto elusive vision of being a center of academic excellence in the region and beyond. On behalf of management and staff of the entire University of Malawi, please accept our congratulations, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, let me also take this opportunity to thank you for delegating me as the acting Vice Chancellor of the University of Malawi to preside over another graduation ceremony which will take place this afternoon in this great hall. I do not take for granted the trust you have shown in me to deputize you at this afternoon's congregation. Your Excellency, allow me to provide some basic statistics about the graduating group this morning. In this cohort, we will witness the award of certificates and degrees in various programs of nursing, midwifery, and education. There are 5 candidates who will be awarded certificates and 456 graduates who will receive degrees, bringing the total of awards to 461. Out of this number, 128 are male, representing 27.8%, and 333 are females, representing 72.2%. Your Excellency, allow me at this point to make 1 or 2 statements about COVID-19 and how it has affected the academic life in the university. This pandemic has not only disrupted the socio-economic lives of many Malawians, but as we all know, academic calendars have also been terribly affected in all institutions, including University of Malawi. This graduation, in fact, was delayed because of the same cause. And although we have resumed teaching and learning in all our colleges, the impact on the calendar has been enormous. As an institution, we did our best to keep our students engaged during the long period of closure by offering online teaching and learning through what we termed emergency remote teaching, or ERT. Understandably, these efforts made some challenges, especially on the part of the learners. For example, the lack of gadgets to be used in ERT, huge costs of data bundles, poor and in some cases erratic internet connectivity, especially in geographically remote areas, and also difficulties in offering effective ERT mechanisms for learners with special needs. The situation was exacerbated by the lack of financial resources by institutions to address these challenges. The real academic impact of the pandemic on product quality will only be known in the future once a review has been carried out. Your Excellency, in spite of the financial challenges alluded to above, I would like to acknowledge with gratitude the financial and other kinds of support which the university received from a number of organizations to support ERT in various ways. I'll just read out a few of them. For example, Kamuzu College of Nursing received a donation of 40 tablet computers from Global AIDS Interfaith Alliance, 2 million from United General Insurance, 4 million from CDH Investment Bank, and $12,000 from Ekari Foundation. Chancellor College received a grant of $70,000 from UNDP through the UNDP Accelerator Labs, who conducted a production capacity assessment in public universities for the mass production of COVID-19 innovations. At the College of Medicine, there was a fundraising initiative number 267. This raised enough resources and gadgets from various organizations in support of ERT learning. To this end, all students at the college were able to receive internet bundles for both TNM and Airtel for ERT activities. Allow me, Your Excellency, to point out a few opportunities that have been offered to the university by COVID-19. Your Excellency, I would like to state that, as the saying goes, under every cloud there is a silver lining. Yes, COVID has brought devastating effects on many aspects of our lives, but at the same time, the challenges have also provided us with opportunities for creativity and innovation. During the trying period of the pandemic, all colleges set up COVID-19 task forces or committees which provided guidelines to the institutions on the best practices in the management and prevention of the pandemic. These structures also served as a platform for the university to interface with the Ministry of Health and other stakeholders to offer support in training, testing, tracking, and even treating patients. Equally important to note, Mr. Chancellor, sir, is the fact that through the task forces, colleges committed themselves in addressing the COVID-19 crisis by engaging in research to conceive, design, adopt, and produce low-cost but equally quality medical devices that met the required scientific standards for use by medical facilities and the general public. The guiding principle behind these innovations was the appreciation of the fact that Malawi has a low manufacturing capacity, which prompts it to import most of the equipment in use in the country. Allow me, Your Excellency, sir, to mention a few of the innovations which the colleges produced during the COVID-19 pandemic break. 3-dimensional face masks were made by using a software developed in the colleges. The masks can be fitted with replaceable N95 filters. Face shields, which were produced using a laser cutting machine commanded by a software produced at the Polytechnic. A drone which was designed and produced at the Polytechnic for the purpose of collecting and delivering test samples from health centers to test centers. An automated and programmable decontamination chamber, which was designed and produced at the Polytechnic, containing a motorized pump which allows for the spraying of decontamination chemicals. These can be used in quarantine centers, Your Excellency. And we also, as a university, developed pedal-operated hand-washing units, otherwise known as impondagia. We also developed hand sanitizers, particularly those that were produced by the College of Medicine, Chancellor College, and the Polytechnic. And all these products were fully certified by the Malawi Bureau of Standards and were also WHO compliant. There was also a multi-adjustable chair and bed in one unit for critically suffering patients, which was designed, prototyped, and produced at the Polytechnic. And this is now ready for mass production. There were also breathing aid medical devices, which were produced by scientists at Chancellor College. There was also an electronics-based solar-powered cooler with no moving parts and no circulating liquid, designed, prototyped, and produced at the Polytechnic for keeping medicines, and which is also environmentally friendly. Personal protective suits for the safety of health providers were also designed. Disinfectant formulations were produced by Chancellor College. There was, Your Excellency, an electronic nurse alert system for use in health facilities, which allows patients seeking attention to call for a nurse at any time by simply pressing a button located close to their beds, and thereby sending an alert message to nurses wherever they are. In the nurse's office, Your Excellency, there are also indicators which show the bed alarms and also make automatic phone calls if no nurse is available in the office. This technology was developed by the Polytechnic, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, sir, I'm pleased to report that some of these innovations are currently in use in our hospitals, and that a number of organizations have already visited some of the colleges to appreciate and support the production of these units with a view to upscale with industry. Your Excellency and Chancellor, sir, as regards highlights on research and other academic activities from the colleges, there are so many of them that have taken place over the past 12 months in relation to our core business of teaching, research, and outreach. But due to the limited amount of time for this congregation, as dictated by COVID-19 guidelines, I will not be able to go through them. Suffice to say that colleges have been able to attract a number of research grants, raise funds to supplement government subvention, and support some university operations that as a public university, which is funded by the taxpayer, Unima will do its best to make its expertise and the services available to the nation. At this juncture, Your Excellency, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, President of the Republic of Malawi and Chancellor of the University of Malawi, I have the honor to invite you to address the congregation and thereafter preside over the awards of certificates, diplomas, and degrees. Your Excellency, sir.
Your Excellency, Madam Monica Chakwera, First Lady of the Republic of Malawi. Your Honor, Catherine Gotanihara, MP, Speaker of the Malawi Parliament. Honorable Agnes Nyalonje, Minister of Education. Professor Jack Werima, Chairperson, and all the members of the Council of the University of Malawi. Professor Alfred Ntenje, Acting Vice Chancellor of the University of Malawi, and all the Vice Chancellors from the public universities here present. Dr. Benedicto Wokumatani Malunga, Registrar. Principals, Deans of Faculty, members of the academic and non-academic staff of the University of Malawi. Dr. Janet Banda, SC, Deputy Secretary to the President and Cabinet, and all the government officials here present. All the graduating students, parents and guardians, partners and members of the Tonse Alliance, Honorable Bestawali, Member of Parliament for Zomba Central constituency, and all the members of Parliament here present. Your Worship, Councillor Benson Bula, Mayor of the City of Zomba, all the traditional leaders here present, Reverend Dr. Joseph Tipa, the officiating clergy, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Malawians, when this college was first opened in 1973, I was in the cohort of the first students to enter its doors. I was a young man of 18 years, fresh from Tendere Secondary School, and alive with optimism and hope. The 4 years I spent here were instrumental in shaping my worldview, not only because of the quality of education I received here, but also because of the quality of young men and women who were sent here. Under the administration of Malawi's founding president, His Excellency late Dr. Hastings Kamuzibanda, by the time one came out of secondary school, it was already evident that the education system had effected a transformation. So by the time those of us who were the first to enroll into this college came out in 1977, we had undergone quite a mindset change and been prepared for a world of endless possibilities. In the 43 years that have come and gone since that inaugural Chanko graduation, at which the late President Kamuzibanda resplendently cloaked in this regalia I wear today, conferred on me and a few others our credentials, many students have come through these hallowed halls. Many students have graduated from the University of Malawi and gone out to found and lead schools, government ministries and departments, corporations, banks, foreign embassies, and businesses. But regardless of what class of this university we graduated in, two common threads running through every product of this institution have been quality and a shared hope that one day a graduate of this university would occupy the highest office in the land. It never once crossed my mind that the fulfillment of this shared hope would finally happen this year through my ascendancy to the presidency. In fact, when you look at the leadership of various governance institutions at this exact moment in our nation's history, it is hard to not conclude that heaven conspired, that 2020 would be the year in which the fate of Malawi would be placed in the hands of alumni of Unima in general and Chanko in particular. As a nation, we presently find ourselves in the unique and unprecedented position of not only having a president who graduated from Chanko, but also a vice president, chief justice, speaker of parliament, many cabinet ministers, members, and heads of government institutions who did as well, including the acting vice chancellor. The significance of this rise of this locally grown cream of the Malawian crop should not be lost on us. To begin with, it is a big deal because it is a great exhibit to us and all those who count themselves among Malawi's friends of what it means to build a nation's capacity. The true measure of building capacity is the quality of citizens the education system produces, not the educational qualifications those citizens hold. As you know, my qualification, this university was a Bachelor of Arts in philosophy, we call them humanities. Yet the rigors of study and disciplines I learned during that time were of such high standards that I have never once doubted that I would flourish in multiple arenas of human enterprise, including those outside the domain of my field of study. It may be controversial to some that graduates of this institution call it the college of God, the college that God loves most, but it certainly is incontrovertible that this is the college that shaped me the most. I therefore challenge the council of this university to return this institution to its founding vision of producing graduates who have quality, not just qualifications. That vision states clearly that this university is meant to be, quote, a center of excellence for sustainable development, end of quote. As far as I know, excellence is measured by the quality of these graduates and the development they will advance in this country called Malawi, not the qualifications they will receive today. Malawi needs graduates who produce tangible results in developing Malawi, not graduates who engage in an endless paralysis of analysis regarding what is wrong with Malawi and whose fault it is. Anyone can point fingers at a problem, but it takes a truly educated person to design and effect a solution. And what I heard this morning is an example of how we do not waste a crisis. We find solutions, and creativity and innovation become instruments we can use best when we are faced with a crisis, just like the coronavirus. This naturally brings me to the second reason why the current rise of Unima's graduates to the peak of Malawi's governance system is significant. In my view, it marks the beginning of a season in which our capacity for homegrown development must be proven. As thankful as we are for the developmental progress effected by that first generation of Malawians from whom we inherited our independence, it is time this new crop of Malawians produce their own development to write home about. We must return to the formula of being a nation that builds and makes things of value, things that last, and things that other nations desire. It will be a tragedy for us to reach this point of self-actualization as a nation only to sustain a culture of consumption and entitlement instead of one of productivity and service. In that regard, I challenge those of you graduating today to regard yourselves as job creators, not job seekers. Mr. Chairman, I'm hopeful that these goals will be pursued because of the newly appointed council of the university, whose members inspire our confidence that the future of this institution is bright. I'm therefore honored to accept from this council the chancellorship of this university and to present these graduates with their credentials in that capacity, with many graduations to them to boot. I have no doubt that these graduates will carry on the legacy of this university and take it to greater heights, a legacy of world-class transformation and innovation. I am truly honored and overwhelmed with joy to be here, more than words can really say. Thank you for your listening, and may God bless you, and God bless Malawi, and God bless University of Malawi.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, it is a tradition that on entering the nursing and midwifery profession, candidates make a declaration to uphold the honor of the profession. I will ask candidates to raise their right hand and ask them to repeat after me. I solemnly pledge myself to the service of humanity and will endeavor to practice my profession with conscience and dignity.
The service of humanity and will endeavor to practice my profession with conscience and dignity.
I will maintain by all the means in my power the honor and the noble traditions of my profession.
By all the means in my power, the honor and noble tradition of my profession.
The total health of my patients will be my first consideration. I will hold in confidence all personal matters coming to my knowledge. I will not permit considerations of religion, nationality, race, or social standing to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I make this promise solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. So help me God. Mr. Chancellor, sir, I present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of the certificates and degrees of University Certificate in Midwifery, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Post-Basic, Adult Health, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Post-Basic, Community Health, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Post-Basic Midwifery, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Post-Basic Nursing Education, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Post-Basic Pediatric Nursing, Bachelor of Science in Nursing and Midwifery, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Adult Health, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Community Health, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Child Health, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Mental Health, and Bachelor of Science in Midwifery.
By virtue of the authority vested in my office, I award these candidates the certificate and degrees of University Certificate in Midwifery, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Post-Basic, Adult Health, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Post-Basic, Community Health, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Post-Basic, Midwifery, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Post-Basic, Nursing Education, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Post-Basic, Pediatric Nursing, Bachelor of Science in Nursing and Midwifery, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Adult Health, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Child Health, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Community Health, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Mental Health, and Bachelor of Science in Midwifery.
University Certificate in Midwifery, Sheila Mulima. With credit, Maria Chagwa, Latifa Iman, Mwai Ngambi, and Linda Nkoma. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Post-Basic, Adult Health, Mphatso Mwanga. With credit, Hilda Lungu. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Post-Basic, Community Health, Esther Beta. Linda Mtonga. Taonga Mwase. With credit, Mervis Bandawe, Nora Banda, Ruth Matemba, and Anne Mwinama. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Post-Basic, Midwifery, Chikondi Macheso, Fanny Gent, Happy Judge, Madalo Makunganya, and Viola Makwinja. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Post-Basic, Nursing Education, Albert Musa, Catherine Potani. With credit, Amy Kamwana and Linda Muo. Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Post-Basic, Pediatric Nursing, Grace Banda, Steve Manjeza, Evans Kuleme. With credit, Victoria Jerry, Lusungu Manda, Memory Mhango, Mesen Kwinda, Mary Mzeka, and Patricia Kota. Bachelor of Science in Nursing and Midwifery, Mwasa Austin, Everest Banda, Mark Isaac Banda, Monica Chando, Chipiriro Chilangwe, Esme Chimanda, Tokozani Chimbanga, Everett Chimombo, Melanie Shintali, Lois Chipaka, Alexa Chirwa, Evalista Chisoni, Bridget Chitsime, Hilda Chunga, Dalito Dailis, Anne Zauya, Queen Feke, Berita Galunzanga, Tina Goru, Ephraim Ikwanga, Evalista James, Enelis Jackie, Jennifer Justin, Jeannie Kabango, Sharina Kalenche, Alinafe Kalindawalo, Miracle Kaluma, Maureen Kameko, Tokozani Kangoma, Lobina Kantenga, Mefa Kasia, Agnes Katenje, Loveness Katumba, Judith Kombe, Ondwan Kumwenda, Dalenge Kumwenda, Fane Kuchui, Jesse Kwaraine, Mphatso Lemani, Chiwonge Lungu, Cynthia Macholowe, Rebecca Mangwaya, Sylvia Makalani, Margaret Makoko, Mary Makombwa, Nia Makumba, Angela Makwangwala, Winnie Makwenda, Winnie Makwiti, Martin Malemba, Sarah Malengetsa, Venus Malunga, Tianjane Malua, Trifonia Masala, Elina Masie, Nelly Matandika, Patricia Matanki, Kumbukani Matope, Wongani Maunda, Elizabeth Mazengera, Juliana Mhoni, Shireen Michael, Vincent Milanzi, Fumbani Mkandawire, Omre Lungu, Gloria Mjeza, Leonard Moyo, Samson Mpalabungu, Stella Matiola, Gloria Mukiti, Aida Muula, Chikaiko Ndawala, Mick Nguluwe, Caroline Nkoma, Elestina Nkoma, Caroline Mtani, Priska Nyadani, Mavis Nyerenda, Doreen Piri, Nyengo Piri, Farouk Saidi, Alinafe Samson, Jacqueline Sayenda, Monderanji Setford, Priscilla Taibu, Miriam Yobe, and Sylvia Zondola. With credit, Esther Alumakiyo, Rachel Banda, Ekari Bokosi, Mariam Banali, Monica Chipaluka, Selina Chikafa, Caroline Chikoti, Boniface Chikwapa, Charity Chimpango, Ruth Chirwa, Evelyn Chumbu, Mwandida Gondwe, Mercy Hara, Kingsley Joasi, Lilian Kabu, Nelly Kachali, Joseph Kadewere, Tikondane Kantogo, Ibrahim Kamwana, Doreen Kandani, Rose Kayamba, Chimwemwe London, Martha Lubrino, Ovirera Majoni, Jacqueline Makwasha, Happiness Mandala, Nisha Matola, Grace Maulana, Stuart Maulana, Yamikani Mkandawire, Stella Nyaka, Edith Monawe, Josephine Moyo, Rose Mpinguzi, Priscilla Mponda, Norris Sambakunsi, Mercy Msimuko, Onesta Msinja, Martha Msisya, Mbalendo Msisya, Mary Mulia, Skeva Munyapa, Sarah Musa, Lakson Mwambachi, Chanju Mwase, Christobel Ndovi, Comforter Nyaude, Charity Nyirenda, Halima Osman, Jen Piri, Sylvia Piri, Yasin Rabson, Mpatso Sakala, Fred Simkonda, Nelson Wasambo, and Elizabeth Zumani. With distinction, Pirirani Idi, and Sylvia Njunga. Bachelor of Science in Nursing Adult Health. Mildred Chasweka, Monica Gwazanga, Roma Jerry, Dorothy Madea, Gift Magonagona, Falis Muhawa, Elube Muhua, Sharon Muyaya, Feresta Nyirongo, Lake Nyirongo, Omega Mzanga, Takia Tula, and Fane Komera. With credit, Obre Shikalipo, Blessings Chilinga, Devi Gondwe, Gloria Kambanga, and Stanley Nazombe. Bachelor of Science in Nursing Child Health, Lorraine Banda, Michael Bema, Chisomo Danger, Memory Justin, Chisomo Kalulu, Frank Kamwendo, Janet Kuwanda, Promise Malembetsa, Catherine Marco, Mervis Maulana, Francis Mvula, Angela Ngoma, Lonjezo Piri, Fabi Sangano, and Shamim Jafali. With credit, Gertrude Nkoloma, Memole Silungwe, Lindiwe Tembo. Bachelor of Science in Nursing Community Health, Temwa Chimaliro, Faith Kafelawantu, Thomas Pinakua. With credit, Ronald Chafa, Beatrice Chakanika, Brida Chilimani, Febe Chinyama, Ketlina Chirambo, Hilda Chirwa, Manasse Chirwa, Mleche Fachi, Kondwani Jafet, Faith Mpulula, Chupekile Ndovi, Mere Msasa, Joanna Nyondo, posthumously Badalito Semu, and Ernest Sikwea. With distinction, Prince Chamambala, Christina Zimbiri, and Tuonge Mwandira. Bachelor of Science in Nursing Mental Health, Gift Asima, Memory Banda, Rorini Bisalom, Fatima Kakunga, Ruth Kaluma, Zainab Kasongo, Memory Kaira, Trines Mfune, Cecilia Mpanje, Sarah Ngwenyama, Innocent Nyanja, Mese Silia, and Abel Zimba. With credit, Jane Mkandawire, Flaston Mtambo, Matthews Mvula, Given Nicholas, and Regnat Zimba. Bachelor of Science in Midwifery, Tiamike Chagoma, Albert Ngambi, Tadala Kapengule, Faith Kapinya, Shamil Cavallo, Esther Lipenga, Ive Magagula, Gloria Malizani, Tadala Mpogosa, Florida Musasa, Alina Piri, Enita Sekani, Luka Shumba, and Shupikai Singanyama. With credit, Rebecca Bika, Emilia Kanyenda, Elias Mupua, and Richard Peary.
Mr. Chancellor, sir, I present the following candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of degrees of Bachelor of Education Language, Bachelor of Education Science, and Bachelor of Education Social Studies.
By virtue of the authority vested in my office, I award these candidates the degrees of Bachelor of Education Language, Bachelor of Education Science, and Bachelor of Education Social Studies.
Bachelor of Education Language, Lawrence Banda, Chisomo Chamba, Bridget Chimteka, Rachel Chipwaira, Kumbo Chirambo, Rebecca Chirwa, Miriam Chitukula, Christina Chienda, Catherine Dawson, Patricia Elia, Selina Gomera, Elizabeth Juma, Noel Kamchenga, Muhammad Kananji, Olivet Kapatuka, Gloria Kapantengo, Scholastica Lusangasi, Yuko Maida, Bertha Makina, Yamikani Makwecha, Ruth Maluwadi, Blessings Matola, Margaret Mzuri, Memore Mekiseni, Chifundo Mjaya, McDonald Mlenga, Daliso Moyo, Happy Muntali, Elinas Mwale, Grace Mwale, Esa Mwai, Blessings Namakwa, Weston Sochera, Vincent Tentani, Alinafe Usiwa Usiwa, Tadala Napio. With credit, Blessings Betha, Doreen Chatambalala, Loveness Chidoti, Eliza Chilalo, McDonald Chisale, Jonas Chisi, Isaac Dama, Elliot Felix, Nales Gama, Elliot George, Martha Kampira, Richard Kanyumbu, Harold Kapito, Kala Kawelama, Chisomo Majawa, Choncho Makumba, Agnes Malata, Collins Malemia, Chipiriro Mbewe, Gift Mgala, Alinane Misomali, Lusungu Mkandawire, Chisomo Ntumbe, Musa Mwale, Philip Myawa, Godfrey Ngolosa, Gift Nguluwe, Charite Ntambalika, Anjimire Ntenda, Frank Piri, Tadala Tentani, Evans Zakaria, Alinafe Zalira. Bachelor of Education Science, Anyosisye Banda, Sevia Bango, Tadala Chapita, Innocent Chilondola, Gift Chimangeni, Lloyd Dixon, Raphael Fundani, Kingsley Gavin, Gerard Hoa, Rebecca Humba, Sunganani Kachala, Lonjezo Kalembo, Emmanuel Kaliati, Trifonia Kambale, Secret Kambwili, Chianjano Kamwendo, Noel Kapesi, Kasten Kapilikwete, Chisomo Kasanga, Ntisunge Kunkuyu, Raymond Lais, Patricia Langton, Kumbukani Magombo, Ebel Manda, Sheila Marijani, Manjatika Masauli, Felix Masina, George Matope, Stafford Moyo, Fatsani Mpande, Roland Mpepo, Jane Ntanto, Chikosa Munyenyembe, Kamel Muswawa, Norman Mwafongo, Saukira Mwamadi, Kumbukani Mwenda, Lodrick Ndelemani, Clifford Nkoma, Rosemary Nyasulu, Mona Lisa Ottoman, Mary Pangani, Lawrence Lenek, Dixon Sanane, Sam Sikwese, Louis Simbi. With credit, Augustine Adam, Yamikani Banda, Chisomo Chafulumira, Andrew Chilinga, Deusdedit Chipweteka, Frank Chirambo, Beatrice Chisamanga, Martin Chisi, Chris Konix, Matthews Jaji, Precious Joao, Yamikani Kalolo, Tobias Makwea, Naomi Masina, Samuel Matemvu, George McBoyd, Madaliso Misomali, Philmon Ntambalika, Andrew Mwale, Patrick Najibo, Ndiza Ngalawango, Vera Quintino, Edward Shawa, Musa Soft, Mary says Tande, Peter Wachenjera, and James William. Bachelor of Education, Social Studies, Melai Chaula, Moses Chilembwe, Alinane Dyson, Patrick Goncho, Nelly Gondwe, Getwell Gresham, Priska Hara, Austin Kanono, Moses Longwe, Gertrude Laurent, Chikondi Makosa, Angela Mishek, Ethel Nkandawire, Eda Nkwezalamba, Anita Nsumba, Steve Ntimba, Blessings Marwanda, Matamando Njanji, Martin Nsondole, Alice Nyongonya, Linley Piri, Michelle Piri, posthumously Mary Waisi, and Benedetta Zimpita. With credit, Ilenga Banda, Olive Bawe, Lighten Chibethi, Gertrude Chirwa, Grace Jackson, Violet Jamali, Tumbikani Njiko, Josephine Kalimbuka, Ian Longwe, Fredson Makina, Zora Manyungwa, Andrew Maseko, Emmanuel Matewere, Lisa Mbewe, Griffin Mulima, Priscilla Ngongola, Wilton Nyirenda, Pirirani Mvula, Rodine Mwanza, Onesta Nkoma, Maxwell Nyirongo, Matias Pasulani, Tionge Sakala, Madalitso Skel, and Masida Shawa.
By virtue of the authority vested in my office, I now declare the congregation of the University of Malawi dissolved.
Well, that's how the program has